What's up, you all? What's good? We're gonna do an end of the year recap. I've been reflecting a lot and just also leaving room. I'm gonna come down here because this shirt that I cut, is way too short. But also I need to fix my hair. Anyways, I'm gonna start doing a monthly recap because I just love seeing where I'm at. And that led to me thinking, okay, it's December. Why am I not doing a year recap? So without further ado, let's get into it. We're gonna do a recap of the year. And I'm gonna use my trusty dusty dinosaur phone that's about to die to take us back, way back. January 2024. I was in Costa Rica. I'd been in Costa Rica for about 2-3 weeks. Me and Wildy were in this tiny little studio. Not even a studio. It was like basically a room. I mean, obviously a studio is a room, but it was a shack. It was nice though. I was coming off of being in the States for like 3 months, I think, and I was like on the verge of depression, truly. If you ever ask me if I'm going back to the States and I say no, it's because every time I go back, I need to completely just revamp my entire aura. But anyways, so we were in this place and yeah, we were on Playa Negra. We were just walking into town. It was rainy season when I got there. I think we had like 3 weeks of rain. The storms that were coming into Puerto Viejo were so big that it literally changed the like makeup of the beach of Playa Negra. And honestly, after the storms, Playa Negra was like not even black. It was like a regular beach. It was like tan. Like you couldn't even really see the black of the beach, which was crazy. But yeah. So yeah, we were in Playa Negra. At this point, I was in a relationship. We won't go too crazy on that. We won't go too crazy on that. But I was in a relationship and I was just hanging out. You know what actually is kind of crazy, okay? This first month that I was there, I had thoughts like, should I be here? I really did. I had thoughts. Should I be here? Is this a place that I want to be? That was my intuition telling me that that was not the place I was supposed to be in. But what Nami translated it into was, I'm just uncomfortable in this room that I'm staying in, basically. Once I have more space, it will be better. Then we get into February. We move in to a 2-bedroom place and start setting up for the next 3 months, which were interesting. I started getting involved a little bit in the town community events. There was a festival going on. Since moving to Thailand, I was posting once a month, but I was like, I need to be posting a little bit more. I had lots of backlog from Thailand, and so I was just focused on editing and still was also releasing the energy of being in the States. There was a lot going on in the energy of March, okay? This is when I started to realize that my relationship, at this point, we were going back and forth with being in a relationship or not, because I was like, my boundaries are being tested. I don't like this. Falling deeper and deeper into my own demise. Meanwhile, I was supposed to be getting the fuck out. Did that happen? Not yet. Moving to April, my mom came. She visited. That was nice for my birthday. And just allowed me to kind of chill out, be with my mom, not really think about anything that was pressing me. And it was like, cool, I'm distracted. And this is where things really start to change. Made a decision that I wasn't supposed to make. Within a week of making that decision, my life changes drastically. No, I'm just kidding. It's just a new chapter. And at this point, I'm ready to leave this spot. I'm ready to leave this jungle energy. This jungle energy ain't gonna have me. But I was in a verbal contract with my landlord, and I like to be a woman of my word. So I was like, you know what? This is the bed that I chose to lay in, so I'm just going to stay in it. So I stayed, and we lived again on Playa Negra, and we had fun. I was very much so in isolation. My good friends, my soul sisters were gone back in their home country, and I really was not fucking with anybody else in that town, really. I was making my videos, honing in on my spiritual practices, working out. I just needed, after the stress and energy of dealing with the relationship that I had let go of, I was like, bro, I need to purge. And what better place to do that than heart chakra jungle? Hello. And then come June, I went to Bocas. I was in Bocas in Panama to reset our visa, and that was amazing. I literally needed Bocas. It was such a relief. Something about island energy, like the way that the wind just moves over an island. Like, that is how it feels energy-wise. Like, everything just gets washed away, essentially. When it's raining outside and then the sun comes out and you just feel like, it feels like the same thing with islands to me. Like, you just watch the clouds go over the islands. You allows everything to pass over and just be gone. Goodbye. And I really needed that type of energy. Also, going to Bocas, that's where it was settled for me. I'm leaving Costa Rica. I didn't know when exactly. I just wanted to go. So that's what I was planning at that point in time. And at this point, I'm feeling free. Journaling, writing, working on my craft, honing in, and really being like, okay, I'm going to be here in Costa Rica for the remainder of this time. I'm going to make the most out of this time. And so that's what I was doing. At this point as well, I set the goal to post once a week for a year. I think it was either June or July. I don't know. I'll have to go back and check for sure. Also, at the end of June, Silver came. Shout out to Silver. She was here for I think 2 weeks, and that was really fun. At this point, from December really, to June, I had explored a little bit here and there, but I hadn't really done anything crazy. So I wasn't really caring about going and doing all of the touristy things, or, I was just integrating in and just casually seeing what I came across and everything. So by the time that Silver came, I was like, let's go do everything, because she's going to be here for 2 weeks. But it was just a packed 2 weeks, and it was really fun. I needed it. I truly needed it to just have fun, do whatever I wanted, basically. We went surfing a lot, hiking. We rented the ATVs. That was July. I had been talking to my landlord the whole time and letting him know what was going on with everything. And I was just at this point, the roommate that I had was not paying rent. And my spirit, it felt like if I didn't leave then, if I didn't make the decision to leave, then I was gonna be stuck. So I was like, I'm out of here. I gotta go. I told him, hey, look, I can't do this. And he was fine with it. He kept my deposit that he said he wasn't gonna keep, but whatever. I caused him an inconvenience, so I guess that's fine. The last month, I was hanging out with my sisters as much as possible. We were dancing, we were having beach days, we were just doing it up. And then, come August 1st, it was time to leave. Get up out of there. Yeah, we had to get out. So we left. By August 1st, we was in Colombia, baby. And immediately upon getting out of Costa Rica, I felt relief, like I was leaving the States. When we got into Colombia, it was a fiesta everywhere. Free concerts, all kinds of stuff. First thing we started doing when we came to Colombia was going to cafes, because because I love me some cafes. Give me some pastry, give me some coffee. Me gusta café. And there's a lot of green spaces here, so we were at the park. The number one thing after having Wilder in school in Costa Rica, I was like, nah, this girl going to school. She needs people to talk to. I also put Wildy in soccer, which did not last more than like 3 weeks, a month, maybe. Wildy had decided that her legs hurt too much, and I was not. I mean, I've talked about this a lot of times, but I just don't want to force her into doing something to where she doesn't like doing it anymore. We went from doing nothing, we were just being beach bums, to being thrust into busy city life. So we were going out and doing things with friends on the weekend, going hiking, sightseeing. October, we also were doing hiking, hanging out with friends. There was a whole week where Wildy did not have school, so when they don't have school, because there's so many freaking holidays and stuff, they usually have camps and things, but instead of putting her into a camp, just gonna go do things. So they have an aquarium / planetarium. It's called Parque Explora. We went to the conservatory, better version of the zoo. We went on a hike, went to trampoline park, and then she went back to school. And 2 weeks later, the siblings came, and we just went out a lot and went out to eat and went on this really cool hike. We went out. I took them to the jazz bar. It was also my sister's birthday. We went on a tour of downtown. I had like a bunch of things that we were gonna do, but we were tired. And then my sister stayed 3 weeks after Simon left. It was raining a lot, so we just hung out. I mean, we got like all of our fun things out of our system with Simon. The rest of the time was pretty chill. The last week that my sister was here, I moved into an Airbnb, a temporary Airbnb, until I could come into this spot, because there was just a whole thing that happened with that. We moved into this spot. Wildy got out of school. She had her graduation. And since then, we've been chilling. It is now the end of the year. We have been getting into the festivities because it's Christmas time. The holidays are big for Medellin. Gearing up to go to Panama. And yeah, that is it. That was 2024. Honestly, when I look back, it feels like coasting. It felt like a coasting year. It felt like a closing out year too, like a closing out of a chapter. I feel like this year was a lot of kind of revisiting lessons, and then also closing out of ever living with anybody ever again. I love living by myself. I also realized after being in Puerto Viejo that I could never do a small town, which was great to find out. We're walking into 2025 with some new goals. We're getting into creativity a lot more. We're just throwing shit at the wall, seeing what sticks. That's like my favorite thing to say. Why not? Like, see what you can get away with. That's what we're doing in 2025. We're going to see what we can get away with. We're just going to do it all. I'm ready to turn some shit up. I'm ready to make myself uncomfortable in a creative way, and I'm excited for that. Without further ado, here is to 2025. If you made it to the end, thanks for watching. As you know, I'm Nami, and I am here to document the life I live and hopefully help some people out along the way, hopefully inspire some people along the way, and most importantly, just to get to see the journey for my own 2 eyeballs. Yeah! And that's it.